What is JavaScript? JavaScript is the top programming language for web development in 2026. It has plenty of popular frameworks for both front-end and back-end. It can update both HTML and CSS and also apply events as well. JavaScript front-end frameworks, React.js, component-based UI library made by Meta, Angular, full-featured framework made by Google, Next.js, React framework developed by Vercel. JavaScript backend frameworks, Node.js, JavaScript server-side runtime environment, Express.js, Node.js popular framework, Nest.js, structured backend framework. What we will cover in this video: MERN versus MEAN stack, MERN stack for HTML CSS beginners, JavaScript Basics, JavaScript Events, changing HTML with JavaScript, and changing CSS with JavaScript. In this video, we compare two popular full-stack JavaScript technologies, MERN and MEAN. Both stacks are widely used for building modern, scalable web applications and share many common technologies. Starting with the MERN stack on the left, the front end is built using React, a fast and flexible library known for creating dynamic and interactive user interfaces. The back end uses Node.js with Express, which allows developers to build efficient server-side applications using JavaScript. For data storage, MERN uses MongoDB, a NoSQL database that stores data in flexible JSON-like documents, making it ideal for modern web apps. On the right side, the MEAN stack follows a similar architecture but uses Angular for the front end. Angular is a complete framework developed by Google that provides built-in tools and structure, making it suitable for large-scale and enterprise applications. Like MERN, the MEAN stack also uses Node.js with Express for backend development and MongoDB for the database, ensuring consistency and scalability. The key difference between these two stacks lies in the front-end technology. MERN uses React, which is lightweight and flexible, while MEAN uses Angular, which is more structured and feature-rich. Both stacks are powerful choices, and selecting between them depends on project requirements, development style, and team expertise. Let's see why the MERN stack is one of the best choices for beginners who already know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. On the left, you can see the core web technologies: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, acting as the foundation, with arrows showing how these skills naturally lead into the MERN ecosystem. In the center, the stack flow highlights MongoDB as the database, Express and Node.js as the backend technologies that handle server logic and APIs, and React as the front-end library used to build modern user interfaces. Together, these tools form a complete full-stack development environment using only JavaScript, which makes learning smoother and more efficient. The badge at the bottom emphasizes the key advantages. It's easy to learn, beginner-friendly, and highly in demand, making MERN a powerful and practical path for aspiring web developers.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we are going to start JavaScript demonstration. So just create a new folder. As usually, we create a new folder. Let's say JS and open with VS Code. Just open with VS Code. This is our project JS. Just create a new file, index.html, and just new file of HTML, and just give like JS in one video. This is actually our title video, and just create only h1 tag, that is welcome to JS. Now we'll see how we can use JavaScript. So for JavaScript, we should use script tag. So these are the two script tag, starting script tag and ending script tag. Inside here, we will use the JavaScript code. Now question, where can we use script, JavaScript? So we can use here this in the body, or we can use in the heading, or we can use in the external file. So there are three ways in which we can use JavaScript. Traditionally, we start from the body. Here we will compare each and every concept of JavaScript with C++. Let's start with comments. One is single line comment and other is multi-line comments. Just you can see. And that is just like the C++ syntax is both are same. So comments in both languages are same. This is single line comments and this is multi-line comments. So the very first thing is that is comments. Number one is comments. So comments in both languages are same. This is single line start with double backslash and this is start with the backslash and asterisk. Number two is output in JavaScript. So in C++ we have just C out, but in JavaScript we have four methods. Number one is document dot write. This is one method for output. Just like some comments like welcome and just semicolon and just run with live server. And you can see the output. You can see the output. This is welcome to JavaScript is because of the HTML. This is HTML. And this is welcome. This is because of JavaScript. This is JavaScript code. Achha, one thing should be remember that how code runs. First HTML code run, then CSS and then JavaScript. So this is the sequence in which the code runs. First HTML code run by browser, then CSS run by the browser, and then JavaScript run by the browser. So this is the sequence in which your code has been run. This is one method how for output. The second method is that is alert or window dot alert. This is the second output method. You can see this is the pop-up alert box that you have been seen in many websites. Just click on, just write some text like file submitted. You can see, let's check it and just refresh and you can see file submitted. So this is, you can also use without window alert. And you can see this is alert box and this is another way of output in JavaScript alert box. And number 3 is console.log, which shows output in the console. For a time being, we make it a comment and just write something like I am professor. Just refresh. You console.log I am professor. You can see there is no text available here because console, it shows in the console. Just right click and just click on inspect and just click on console. So you can see the output is in the console. So console log shows the output in the console. You can also write some arithmetics like 5 plus 8, that is 13. You can see this is 13. So output is in the console of browser. Usually just like 6 multiplied by 7. So you can see the result. So this is another way in which you can show the output that will be in the console of your browser. Now, the last method is very popular, document get element by ID. Just in this, we target at HTML. You can see this is H1 HTML and we give its ID. Let's suppose that is 1. So now this H1 we will target inside the JavaScript by ID. So its ID was 1. And just apply any property like inner text, and that is equal to, just we write, you can see the text, you can see is text is welcome to JavaScript, and I am just writing JavaScript. So you can see document.get element by ID, we change the text of H1. The H1 text is actually welcome to JavaScript. You can see, but here is only JavaScript. So we change its text by using JavaScript. So JavaScript can change the text of HTML by just getting its ID. So these are the 4 ways in which we can use output in JavaScript. The other concepts is variables. In JavaScript, variables start with let keyword. Let's say let x is equal to 10 and let y is equal to 20. And inside output, we write document, simple way, document.write and x plus y. And that is 30. You can also remember, you can also use HTML tags inside the JavaScript. Here we will use BR tag for next line. Let's suppose this is welcome. We can use BR tag. So you people can use the HTML tags inside the JavaScript tag codes. Here you can see this is JavaScript code and we use the HTML tag. So here you can see the output, that is 30. Similarly, other operators like we can use like minus. So it will be minus 10, or you can use multiplication. So that will be 200, or you can use division. So that will be 0.5. So in this way, we can use variables and operator in the JavaScript. The variable name should be start with the keyword let, and here you can use any operator. Next is functions, or some people say methods. In JavaScript, functions start with the keyword function, then function name, and then body of the function. Just body we write like document dot write. This is output, simplest output in the JavaScript, and we write this is function. This is function. But you can say no text is available here because you know that the function should be called. So just call the function, just call function. So we just write the function name that is show, and you will see now the output. Here you can also use br tag for the next line. So this is function. For time being, make it comment. So this is function. You can also use h1 tag. Let's suppose h1, and here also h1 closing. So you can see that the world function is now h1. This is function. So you can see that we are using HTML tags inside the JavaScript tag. You can see this is function. Function is h1 in h1. Or you can also use bold, like we use this is bold text B. So you can see that this is functions. Just make it correct. So inside so this is actually function, how we use function in JavaScript. Just put keyword function, then function name. Inside you can also pass parameter, and this is the body of we have just write a single line of code. And if you call it multiple times, so it will be called multiple time. You can see that this is executed multiple times. So this is the way how you can use function. Just write keyword function and function name and just call it anytime you write. Now next is condition, like if else. Just like that is just like C++. Just write if and then parenthesis in this body. You can see like here we have this code. Just we have two variable. One is x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. Let's say x, if x is greater than y, just write x is greater. X is greater. Else, in else write the body of else, or write x is smaller. So this is just simple if else. And x is smaller. X is smaller. And you can say x is smaller. As you know, x is small and y is greater than the x. So if x is greater than y, so this line will be executed. If it is false, so this line will be executed. So actually, this condition is false because x is smaller than 20. So this line will be executed. So this is very simple FL, just like C++. And same like loops we have in the C++, like for loop, while loop, and do while we have here. Just write for loop and then body of the for loop, and here is like let I is equal to 0, I less than 5, and I plus plus. And just we write any statement to execute multiple times. Just we like write like professor, and just open with live server. So you can see, just write beer tag. You can see one, this is executed for 4 times because I less than 5. If you write equal, so it will be executed for 5 times. It is executed for 5 times because 0 to 5, I less or equal, so it will be executed from 0 to 5. So that is just like how you write loops in JavaScript. Next is about events. How you apply events. Events mean if we click on button, click on if we click on button, so what happen? Just go to the HTML section and just put a button and write name like click me. And this is a button. Just write beer tag. This is a button. When we click on this button, nothing happening. Let's say when we click on this button, so this function should be executed. This is our function. So this function should be executed. So we will remove this function call and we just move to the, just write here events. Event, click event on button, click event on button. You can see this code is not running because this function has no function call. So just go to the button and inside a first starting tag write on click event on click, and here just write the function name. Now yes, you can see when we click on this button, click event on button, so you can see this function has been executed. So this is the way how you can apply event on buttons in JavaScript. So this is button. When you click on this button, so this function will be called and will be executed. You can write just any word like you can say JavaScript events. And now just you click on this button, you can see JavaScript events. So that is the way how you can apply events. Just put the on click event on the button and here function call, and here will your function will be executed. You can also just write x like any variable, like this is variable, and inside this body just show the sum up document dot write, and just make it sum up like x plus y. So you will see now 30. When I click on this button, so you can see 30 appear because inside the body we have x plus y. Just click on it. You can see x plus y. So that is how you can apply events. Just put the on click event and just function call. The another thing is how we can change the HTML. How to change HTML using JavaScript. So that is very simple. Let's come to the here and just write any paragraph, just any paragraph, and just like lorem. This is, you can see, this is lorem text. This is lorem text, and we want to change it. So first give any ID. Let's suppose 2. This paragraph have 2 ID, and just come to here and just write a document dot get element by ID. Write the ID of the paragraph, that is 2, and just its properties inner edge. We want to change inner text, and just we write paragraph, and just open with live server. So you can see this is actually a paragraph. This is a paragraph, lorem paragraph, and ID 2. And we changed its text to, just make it comment. You can see this is paragraph. You can see this is actually a paragraph. Paragraph ID 2. And we change its text. That is, you can see 2, and we give professor, so the lorem disappear and this text appear. Let's suppose you can say like, I am professor. So you can see, and we change the text of ID 2, and that is actually a paragraph. So how we can change the text using JavaScript? The last thing is how we can change how we can change the CSS. How to change CSS, and just write here, like, just make it comment, and this is a paragraph. So we want to change the properties of this paragraph by JavaScript. So just write the same way, document get element by ID, and its ID is 2, and then write 2, and then here write style for changing CSS, and here write any property, like we change its font color, and that is equal to, let's say, red. That is equal to, let's say, red. So you will see the property is changed. What we are doing changing the CSS using JavaScript. Similarly, you can apply any of the properties. Just write another properties like font size. Just write font size, and that is equal to, let's say, 40 pixel. 40 pixel. And you can see the font size has been increased. So that was all about JavaScript. We first discuss the basic concepts, then we apply events, and then we show how to change the text, and then at the end we show how we can change CSS using JavaScript. That is the JavaScript code. Now just we use external JavaScript. So just cut this all code and use a separate file. Once again, just cut the all of code, it's from here, and just this is your JavaScript. It will and just go to the new file and give my.js. So this is will be your JS file, separate JS file, and you see that's still working. So this is my JS file, this is my HTML file. You can also use CSS file like style.css and just apply property on body and just like background color, and that is yellow. And now just go the live server, open with live server, just first link the CSS and just open with live server. So you can see this is our file, and we have separate an HTML file, and we have separate JavaScript file and separate CSS file. So that was all about JavaScript, the basics and the other things about JavaScript and external JavaScript code. Thanks for watching. Stay with us for the remaining tutorials.